Okay, today we are going to discuss the assignment 2 in dealing with materials data collection, analysis, and interpretation course. So, actually, we are lagging 1 week behind. So, as per the schedule, because like whenever I give the live session, it is like already the assignment deadline is being completed. So, next week onwards, I will start to discuss 2 weeks assignment, like assignment 3 and assignment 4 will be discussed in next week um, live session. So if many students are not attending this live session, maybe like next week, if you are watching this and uploaded video, then just be prepared for the next week, because we will be discussing 2 weeks assignments at once. So yeah, so we will start with this current assignment 2 as of now. So, yeah, so I will take a pen. So first question is like, which of the following commands sets the working directory in R console? So as we know, this GETWD means get working directory. So this will show which working directory is already been set. So, or it's been in default. So this is not the correct answer, because like we have to set the working directory. So normalized path, what it does is normalized path will make us to customize the path as per our understanding. There might be the path location of a file, or some location of a file, or location of a location of command. So sorry, location of a library. So it might be in some specified location. Using normalized path, we can customize uh, to our uh, define our own auxiliary location, and we can call them into the program. So this is not the answer. So we can actually set the working directory, so using set working directory command. So next question is, which of the following command is a correct alternative to, okay, this plot defines the help. So like we are asking what does this plot defines. What is the what is the command syntax, sorry, what is the syntax of that command, everything we are asking through this uh, command. So the alternative way of getting the same is through help. Question is nothing but we are asking a help. So demo is useful uh, when there is a list for certain commands or for certain packages. There will be a predefined demos available. So that will show like how to actually use the complete um, package or command. So it is kind of different. But for help will directly open a HTML page. So it will show uh, what to say, how the function or command can be used, and it will come with some examples as well. So which function will create a vector in R? Okay, so to create a vector in R, if you okay, they have asked you to use the help function and try to learn about each functions listed below. So what I will do is like I will just go through each functions. What are their what do they do? So library is used to load or attach or a package um, to the current program or console. So library is just for loading or attaching a particular function. For example, library ggplot2 means it will call the library ggplot2, and the command under that library are ready to use. So that is the purpose of the library. Plot, as we know, it is used to plot data, like data set. We can directly plot using this plot options, and we have seen in the course extensively. We can plot x and y values in a particular command, or we can upload a file as a .csv format, and we can directly call those vector or column values into that plot, and into that plot, and we can plot them in x and y axis. So we have plotted in a different ways, so directly, even directly and indirectly from the files. So this is not the answer for this particular question, which function will create a vector. So this will then okay. So okay, so the answer is C of 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. So this will create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values in the particular. For example, if you use the symbol and if you give this function 1, comma 2, comma 3 means, and print I. It will print 1, comma 1, 2, 3. That's all. Sorry, 1, 2. And if okay, what is the use of PA or MF row? This function's purpose is to create multiple panel plotting window. For example, in some cases we have to compare uh, means we might have different data set or different column values with respect to the given column. So for example, we can have um, temperature, yield strength, UTS, ultimate tensile strength, and elongation. Now if you want to visualize what is how temperature and yield strength are dependent, you can just like that give plot uh, TS x-axis and yield strength as y-axis, and we can directly do. Now if you want to see a temperature with respect to elongation, again the same way we can do. But if you want to compare these two, we know temperature generally decreases with increase in sorry yield strength decreases with increase in temperature for a conventional material. But in some cases, like material which can undergo yield strength anomaly, especially the superalloys, so some of the superalloys, where you can see yield strength increments with respect to temperature. Then again, like if you want to compare, if you want to understand what is the influence of the elongation with respect to temperature, right? So then we can't, we here using this command par mf row. Using this command, we can actually plot we can actually bring two plots into one window. This is like multi-paneled plotting. So here what I have done is like okay, I will like explain the syntax. Par mf row is equal to C of 2 comma 1. So which means like a number of first is row and second one is column. Like if I'm giving 1 comma 2 means it will be plotted like this. Two plots will be plotted like this, which means there are two columns and one row. Here I have given two rows and one column, so it has came like two rows in one column. So yeah, so what I did is like plot material data is a file name which I have given for the data set, and have saved it in CSV format, and I have invoked those values. First row corresponds to the temperature and second row corresponds to the yield strength, and I have plotted the value here. Yeah, and again I have plotted yeah, yield temperature with respect to third row. What is the third row here is UTS, yeah, and UTS, but they both are in decreasing trend, which we can see here. By default they will be generating the scatter plot, and we can define the axis names by x labeling temperature, y labeling yield strength, here x labeling temp, and y labeling ultimate tensile strength. So I've explained each function's purpose. Yeah, and the answer is this. Okay, what is the purpose of using the command sequence from, okay, let's go to the fourth question. What is the purpose of using the command sequence from 200 to 600 by increment 1? So actually it creates a sequence, like from name itself, it's clear that it creates a sequence from 200 to 600 with increment 1, like 200, 201, 202, 203 till 600. So this is a different sequence. So it won't create this particular sequence, but this is the answer, like with increment 1, like 200 to 201 up to 600. Okay, to find the mean of the numbers, the command is mean of 2 or 200. This colon gives the, sorry, semicolon gives the um, sequence, like 200 to 600 continuously. Anyway, 200, 600, if we take mean, it will give the output of 400. So similarly here, if you take sum of 200, 600, you will get the total sum of 200 to 600. This is the command for the finding sum. So let's go to the fifth question. What is the result? What does the piece of the code produce? Okay, so they have given a t sequence 100 to 80. So it is starting from 100 to 80. So we can also generate the same by t c of 100 to 80, and it should result the same. So then they are actually printing the t, so it will result in the decreasing order because it is starting from 100 and ending in 80. It takes the default by value as 1 and prints. The answer is this. So let's go to sixth question. Sixth question is, R has some built-in data set. A list of these data sets can be seen by using the function data. Which of the following plot depicts the uh, biological oxygen demand, that is VOD data? So this is simple actually, like if you go and type this data, you will have some built-in data sets that you can see. So yeah, this will match with VOD data set. This is like just you have to type this function in R and just have to see the you just have to compare the given data set with BOD data. Yeah. So seventh question, run the following code snippet. Now if only first two rows of the data are to be extracted, which of the following commands will achieve this? Okay, they are given three commands. Okay, let's see one by one. First, let me explain what does this tells the student. Okay, we are using this data frame technique to invoke the files to the invoke the columns to the student data. So first we are defining the student IDs from 1 to 6. Then we are introducing the next set of values as um, student name from Gargi, from to the row. Then next set of value, next column value is year of experience in research. So that's 3, 5, 5, yeah, respectively. So once we invoke this values to the student dot data, student value data values to v, and if we print, we will get everything, all the details, like starting from student ID, student name, and experience. So this is not the required code. Then result student dot data c of 1 comma 2 print result means it will print all the first two columns, it will print. So you have to include the comma separator to print the row values. first two rows. Otherwise, by default, it prints the columns. So this is the answer. So next is, let's go to the 8th question. So ggplot2 is a package used for plotting the data. Which of the following command will install ggplot2 package in R? So for installing ggplot package, the name we can see clearly from the name itself. Install.packages ggplot2. Once you give this command, it will automatically install the files from the web, and it will make it ready for the usage. Once you are done with the install packages, you have to invoke that package into the current R console. So for that, we have to give library ggplot2. So library ggplot2 to load the package for further usage. Then find packages, find.packages ggplot2 will give the path of the package, where that path is exactly located. And I didn't find the usage of the load package, but the answer for this is yeah, install is the answer. And one more extra information is, if you give search this command, you can get what all the packages installed in your R console. Okay, let's go to the 9th question. So invoke the library ggplot2 using the help command. Identify the kind of plot that is generated by the command geom underscore point. Okay, so each geom underscore, the character whatever coming ahead next is having a meaning. For example, if you give it as geom underscore point, then it gives a scatter plot because it's a point, right? So it gives a scatter plot. Geom underscore bar gives the bar chart. Geom underscore line gives the line chart, and box plot gives the box and whiskers plot, as like the name indicates. So here point means it's a scatter plot. Okay, let's go to the 10th question. In the plot function, which of the following options will plot the data using both lines and points? Okay. Um, okay. The syntax for this is plot xy type. What type of line should come, or line or point should comes, type of the representation, and line styles, line type. Sorry, line type. So if you see, this can have various values, like starting from p means you will have in scatter plot like this, you will have points. Then for l you will have lines. Then for b you will have both, you will have line as well as point. That is what it is asked here, both using lines and points. Okay, okay, c is the empty points joined by lines. Then O is the overplotted points. The difference between these two is overplotted means after over that line you will have this points. Here you won't have in between these two. You'll have just the point. Here it will be overplotted over the line, on the line. Yeah. So as for the star steps, so instead of like this, it will be like this. The n does not produce any points or lines. You will have a blank plot. That's all. So line types indicates, like if you enter 0, you won't have any line. Blank, and then 1 means solid line, uh, like this. Then dashed lines. Then 3 means dotted lines. Then dot slash for 4, and long dash for 5, and 2 dash for 6. So this is the yeah. Okay, I have plotted certain values in this. You can see type B means it is both line. You can see there's a discontinuation between line. You can compare B and O. The point is drawn over the line, so that is a difference between B and O. L means just simply the line. If you give LP, because it is mentioned here, I'm just explaining. If you give this LP, it will truncate it will take only the initial value L. It won't consider the P. L means line, P means points. So it will have only lines. And if you give PL, it will have only points. It will neglect the next immediate next characters. It will only take the first character and draw the plot accordingly. So let's go to the 11th question. So 11th one is like to enter the data into tabular column. Okay, sorry. To enter the data in tabular column, one has to first enter the data using the matrix function. After this, the column names are entered using the column names function. Of the column names function is there in data.table library. Finally, the table is made using as.data.table. So if you take all these things, this answer to B is correct. Okay, suppose a table named hardness in R. Okay, let's discuss the 12th question. So suppose a table named hardness in R contains a Rockwell hardness indentation of certain samples. The column in the table are sample code. So sample code, then hardness value, then scale. The scales are represented as it can be HRA, can be HRB, or HRC. So it can be in all the three combinations. Could be. So what they are asking is one has to extract the data for only those samples that were in the HRA scale from the table. Which of the following functions will give the correct answer? So you just have to like what are the samples which are having this HRA, just you have to segregate them. So and you have to invoke into the X. So to do that, they have given different functions. We'll go one by one. So if you give find will result you in returning the location. If you give I will go with an example. So find of varimax is a file. Ignore dot case is equal to false and these things, and it will give the sorry, varimax is a function, so it will give the location where that package is, so it will return the location. So next is get. If you give this command get is used to return the value. For example, we are creating the vectors x1 is equal to c of a b c c d e d e f, then c of 1 2 3. Then what we are doing is calling get function for printing operation. So get x2. So now x2 function, the x2 values are obtained. Then this as we can assign this. Sorry, 1 second. We can assign the x3 value to x4. So x4 x4 invoked to x3 gives the whatever that it is in x3 will be copied to x4. So when we print x2 and x4, we will get 1 2 3 and M and F. Yeah. So it returns the value from a particular vector or data set. Yes. So grep is used for matching uh, matching a character or a value in each and every element in a string, in a given string. For example, if you take this example here, um, gfg, small gfg, geeks, and all caps geeks. We have this four data in that in given x. So we are using grep function gfg comma x. So whatever it is in there in gfg will be returned. For example, gfg is matching with the second data set, so it will return the value 2. So then if you give uh, uh, yeah, geeks in x, so it will return the value 3 because it is there in 2, it is there in 3. 1 2 3 4. So if you give gfg x ignore case is equal to false means so it will give means it should not ignore the case, so it will give only 2 location, means the position of the function, the position of the variable. So then sorry, position of a character. Then if you give geeks x ignore case means it will ignore the case, so it can be 3 and 4. That is what it is returning. It compares each string with the other one. So here, okay, I will explain the one more last one also. Truncate rounds down to the nearest integer. For example, if you give the values like 1.5, 2.6, -3, and -3.4, when you give truncate to that given vector, it will reduce it to 1, 2, -3, and -3 again. So this is a function of truncate. So here if you see segregating that HRA scale, it is like comparing the each strings. So we can use grep function to do this. So the last and final question. A CSV file named strength.csv contains the yield strength values of several materials in a random order. So they are given it in some random order. I given an example for the sorry. I've given an example for this. This is the input I have invoked as yield strength.csv. Then rearrange the materials according to the increasing order of yield strength. Okay, these are the materials 7862, IN625, IN939, ALS810 MG, and MAR M300. So if we give YPS is the variable to which we are invoking all the values from the CSV file, and we are asking to reorder using the command YPS order. This dollar symbol represents we are um, taking particular column value from that file, means from that what to say, the matrix. We are just taking the yield strength column, means instant vector value, and we are ordering it. So by default it will do increasing order. So we can also define it increasing or decreasing order by extending the command, by extending the syntax. So here it is ordering in ascending, and we are write.csv. When you give as like read.csv, you have to give like write.csv. When you give the give this command, and when you can write whatever it is there in x, and this is the name given to the newly created file, yield sorted.csv. Once you do this, a file will be created in your working directory, and if you open this, the output is like this. So it arranges in the ascending order. Okay. Okay, that's all for this session. So if you have any doubts, like you can write to the mail ID which I'm going to give now. I'm happy to help anyone, like if they are having any doubt regarding this course. Even I am learning this R software now extensively for using it in my research. So if you have doubts, um, you can freely you can send a email to this, and if possible, we can even have a live session again for separately. Yeah, thank you.